My name's Aridi, and I'm in a new location. Not in the mountains well, I'm in the mountains, but I'm not in the desert anymore. So it's a nice change of atmosphere, a nice change of mind. There's stuff going on in the background, but it's okay. But I feel like a lot has changed since, the last entry video that I made, but I feel like I've developed a lot as a person. I talk to myself already, like, all the time. So, but I think today, what I really want to talk about is kind of the world. And I would sit here and talk about the bad of the world, and I might lose track and but I'm gonna try not to, because in a way there's no good outcome of talking about it besides more fear. But it's become a thing now, and it's been shown that a lot of the world that we live in, it's not even real. It's been a game played between high profile people against people that are, everyday people. And not saying that everything that we've done in our lives is fake, but a lot of the things that we have been taught and things that we go through stages from them are fake. And as fake as it is, it can make you feel lost. It can make you feel scared because it's unknown and you're being pushed out into the unknown. And it's confusing because you just don't know what to do. For some reason, I feel like I should be more scared about it, but I'm not. I feel like I've, ever since I was little, I've been aware of these things and I've noticed it. And now, being the age that I am, I've just known the truth, and I'm not really surprised. I'm more disappointed than I'm surprised and just upset, but I don't want to be so upset to the point that I can't even enjoy my own life every day. Because despite what's happening and what they do and what they teach us, it's still my life. They can take away a lot of things, but they can't take that away. And the real question is, how am I going to spend it? Am I going to spend it dwelling on bad things? Or am I going to spend it out in the forest carving a really cool walking stick and, weapon? Because then look, if I'm walking or something and a bear comes out, I can just kind of look how cool this looks. This is this is what we were supposed to be doing. Surviving off of nature. Not saying that we're not. Everything comes from nature, but now people don't even like this. And this is where you were born. This is you. This whole forest is everything. We're everything. So how can you not like, the very earth that you walk on? When it's how you breathe. The trees are your oxygen. The soil is how you get your food, how you get your, the plants, and you get your grass that you walk under and everything. And then the wood is how, you get warm during the winter. Mother Nature has provided everything for you, and everything outside of here is artificial. Of course, not everything, but a lot of things. Even talking about food, a lot of food is artificial. It's not really food. It doesn't have any nutrients for you. It doesn't have anything good for you. And that's why you get so sick all the time, because you're constantly eating out. And in a way to think of this on food, what do you think is cheaper? If you spend tonight, you spend $20 every night, and for a week you eat out $20 to $30 every week. And then buying groceries is $100 for a bunch of groceries. Which one do you think is more beneficial? A one-time meal or something that you buy that can last you months or weeks? and you can freeze stuff. And it's like the whole thing of like, I don't want to cook, or it's late, this and this and that. Sometimes it's excuses, and I'm not saying that going out to eat is bad either. It's really good and it's fun. I mean, there's some places that are really good, but there's a lot of places that aren't. Like eating McDonald's, Wingstop all the time, Jersey Mike's, Subway, geez Louise, KFC, Chick-fil-A, all of these main places, they're all owned by the same company. Burger King, In-N-Out, they're all owned by the same companies. They all have the same food, they all have the same agenda, and that's to make you sick. Where if you go to a grocery store and get food, it's a lot better for you. And, you save a lot more in the long run. Because now, while everything's getting more expensive, if you want to buy food for your family, like one sandwich is almost $13. If you buy 4 of those, you're already surpassing your limit. When you could have bought bread, probably 2 loaves of bread, ham and cheese and whatever else you wanted, and it would have been the same, and you could have made more than just one sandwich for yourself. And it's just crazy, this whole food thing. But yeah, that's where we start, and that's where the saying comes from, you are what you eat. And I kind of take that a little funny, because I eat a lot of sugar, and I shouldn't. It's like a drug, because it is. And I'm a very sweet person, so I guess. But no, it's not a good thing. Don't joke about it. But but if you eat a bunch of things that make you sick and are fatty foods, you become sick. You get the acne, you get the back pains, you get the constant nausea, all this stuff. You get the constant colds. I can't even remember the last time I had a cold. And it's honestly whatever you eat. If you eat the healthy foods, you're healthy. If you eat the bad foods, I don't know what to tell you. And again, that's coming from somebody that's still working on their diet. I love to go out and eat. I love Chick-fil-A. Jeez Louise. I could eat that deluxe sandwich every day of my life with that ranch. But those ingredients, no. And it tastes good in the moment, obviously. Like, you don't feel it. Especially after you've been eating it for so long. It feels like nothing. But after a good amount of time, you start to feel it. Because it's all like a slow kill. And that's why when you're older and your defenses are finally down, that's why you fall sick with, these cancers and all this other stuff. It's because of what you've been eating your whole life. And, it's a hard addiction. I'm not saying it's easy. I've been, probably 2-3 years of still trying to convert to just eating normal. I've been trying to eat better foods that are good for me. It's not easy. I don't like the taste of a lot of vegetables and all this other stuff. I don't do beetroot. I don't care how good it is for you. Don't put that in my face. But I have to. I mean, I forced it. I hated avocado. Oh my god. I could not eat avocado. It was a huge, texture thing for me. And now I really like avocado. And it's really good for you. And it feels great. It tastes, it tastes good. But I can't do tomatoes. Tomatoes are a big no-no. And there's even a lot of food is not even real. Like, there was a thing going around with broccoli, how all kids hate broccoli. And then I found out that broccoli isn't a real vegetable. And it makes sense. And a lot of the time, if a kid tells you something, a lot of the time it has a hidden agenda that they know of. But yeah. Food is definitely a very important part of your life. It's your way of survival. And your body reacts to it however. And, you may be thinking that you're eating good, but you really aren't. Coming from experience again, apparently, think I'm doing good, and then someone's like, oh, to stop. It's like, okay, I guess. Thank you. But yeah. I need to recollect my thoughts. But food is a big one. And also observing. You know, that's not the word that I want. Observing and consuming is another thing. Consuming food, consuming false data, consuming true data, and consuming material and monetary things. And that's where they got you. I mean, even right now, everything is part of an agenda and a system. They make you think something and they want you to follow it. And it's your choice to. If you want to follow that and praise these people that you never even met in your life, but they know everything about you, go for it. But see how long it's gonna last for you. And a lot of this stuff, again, like I said, is fake. This stuff on social media, you know, these news reporters, what do? They just feed fear into your mind. And when they want to share good news with you, it's about a puppy that freaking won an award or something. Why don't you talk about the actual good stuff in the world? Because it's only the fear. Oh, this guy robbed this person. Oh, this person got killed. Oh, this plane crash happened. Don't go on a plane. Oh my gosh, this lady was walking alone at night and then this and this happened. Don't go out at night. Don't go out of your house at all. How about that? We're gonna make the world so scary for you to the fact that you're just gonna stay home. Oh, you're hungry? Okay. Well, we got DoorDash now, so you still don't gotta leave your house. But you are gonna have to work and have a lot of money because it's not cheap. You know, all this stuff. Freaking groceries now. Door-to-door groceries with a delivery fee. People don't even go to the movies anymore. They got Netflix, they got Paramount, they got Prime Video. It's like all these things they're trying to keep us in the house with fake fear. And that's in the media that you watch. It's all downloads, tiny little downloads that you don't even know. And a lot of the time the downloads aren't good. The downloads can be provocative, the downloads can be negative, sometimes can be positive, but yeah, and it's so simple. Like, to download and mind control, it's really simple. And it's a part of your ego to kind of step away from that. Again, I can only speak for myself, but I know. And I love Beyonce. I loved Beyonce. And now I just don't like it at all because I know they're all fake. You know, and not even just them, but everyone. And I would get these things about her, but I was so like enraveled and brainwashed and so into her, and I downloaded all these things from her to the point that even if I knew what these things were being told to me were true about her and all these other artists, I would deny it because I was so into it. I was so into her, I was so into the feeling and my devotion towards her. I spent so much money towards that woman. She doesn't even know my name. And think of it. You spend millions and millions of dollars as a community to all these people that are, you know, I love nature. You saw that? All around. But yeah. I mean, you choose your truth. If you don't even want to bother about it during the day, if you don't even want to think about it, don't even be a part of it. Just do what you gotta do to live your life. And that's the biggest thing. I mean, you can sit here and be worried about all these things, and that's why I didn't want to get into it, because I feel that's the best way to do it. But also be aware. It's good to not be at a certain amount, but to be aware of these things so you don't fall into it. And that's why I'm telling you about the food, I'm telling you about the media and all this other stuff. And even, you know, a kid's movie isn't a kid's movie anymore. They don't make movies like that. None of them. They all have a hidden agenda behind them. And if you want to watch a good movie, you gotta go back to like the 1900s or something. I don't know. But like, you know, 1960, 1950, 70, 80, 90, all this stuff. But like in the 200s, 20,000s, I don't freaking know. Jeez Louise, my numbers. I'll tell you this one thing I'm so bad at. You can call me whatever. I know already. You don't gotta tell me nothing. But yeah, it's like everything has a hidden meaning. And I wish it was a good meaning, because maybe it would make things more enjoyable, but it's not. It's like a negative meaning to everything. And it's like tiring. And I was even talking about that, because up here, secluded, it's quiet. Only got like 6 neighbors. And I feel that's the way life should be. Like, you should be in nature. Because the house isn't even that big. And it's enough. That's all you need. You don't need much. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about. You don't need everything. What they tell you you need in real life is such a lie. Oh my God. Like, even at my age, and I know there's people that can relate to this, the whole school thing is like, no kidding. I mean, it's written. It's literally written in ink. But school doesn't teach you how to be an individual person. It teaches you how to be a copy of somebody else. And that's living proof. Look at all the teenagers. I mean, like, and that's the weird thing. I'll wear this frickin' outfit, dude. Colors and shit. I got boots on. And they'll call me weird for wearing this. Why do you dress like that? What do you mean? And I'll ask them, why do you dress like that? Why do you dress like everybody else? Because it's comfortable. Why do you think I put these clothes on? Just because? No, I want to be comfortable too, but I don't want to look like everyone else. This is my way of being comfortable. If you're comfortable looking like everyone else, I don't care. But don't come to me talking about why are you wearing that. Sorry. I get way too into it because it's been an occurring thing, and it's just like, really, dude? I don't even. And that's why I love people that are different. Like, even in the tiniest ways. And that's why if you dress like everyone else, that's fine, because I know your personality isn't. Like, there's some people where they're exact copies of each other in school. And it's not good copies. Like, they're really negative, overly sexual copies. And we're kids. Like, I feel people forget that. Because now, and this is a way to think. Everyone's always watching you. They're always watching what you're doing. Someone's always learning from you, from your words, from your actions, from your tics. Even if you don't notice it, they're always staring at you. Especially when you go out. And I've seen it now where us high schoolers are starting a trend where we all look the same, act the same, have the same exact, I guess, brain rot humor. And then that brain rot humor, the attitude and the way we dress is passed on to the middle schoolers. And the middle schoolers are doing it, and the elementary school students are doing it. So now these elementary school and middle school kids, they're vaping, they're dressing the same, they're all addicted to their phones. None of them even go out to do anything now, they just want to be on the iPad. And it's like, we need to be better examples, because they look up to us. Even if you don't know these kids, they look up to you. And that's not just talking about teenagers, it's talking about adults too, parents. And you just gotta be a better example. And not only for them, but for yourself. Because the person that you see here is not the person in here. And that goes for you, that goes for you, that goes for you, that goes for everybody, man. Like, that ain't you. And I'm hearing sounds and I'm paranoid of mountain lions because they're out here. But I think that's a nighttime thing, so I'm not gonna stress about that. But yeah, we just gotta teach each other better. Girl, if a bear comes, can y'all help me? Cause I'm scared. Anyway, I gotta just focus and continue talking. Y'all, I told y'all I'm ready. I would skip this, but I don't know how to edit my videos. So if somebody knows, I would enjoy a comment telling me. Because I know there's CapCut, but I think you gotta pay like monthly for like a thing. But I don't know. And I don't want to pay money to edit a video. And I don't think I can do it on here. I think it's a squirrel. I'm okay. I'm blessed. Protected. But yeah, you gotta be the best version for yourself and for others to follow along. And that's why I'm here, because I'm learning myself. And I want other people to learn that way, because I know there's a lot of people that, that are the same as others, but because it's the only way they know how to be, they don't know how to be different. And I'm not saying you should, I don't know, people make it a bad thing. Like, people have even told me that before. It's like, oh, you're just trying to be different. And I don't know if it's maybe I just don't know the whole meaning of it, but I feel like it's negative. Like, why wouldn't we want to try to all be different? Why would I try to be the same as you? You know, it doesn't sit right with me. But yeah, I want to uplift others and help them make a better choice. And I guess I want to talk about fear, since we're on kind of the same topic about it. It's easy to fear a lot of things, but it's harder to, kind of push that aside and say no thank you to fear. Because it's easy to just crumble and just stay at home and stay in the walls and the blankets and the bed. And it's harder to step out and, be like, hey, and that's why I feel, I had a night, first Friday, and I feel so much more confident in myself, whether you see it or not. I feel like I can talk to people more now. I've noticed that I'm very different from the people around me, the people around my age. I tried interacting with a lot of people my age. It was more of compliments. I feel that's an easy way to grab people's attention. And then I would start talking to them, and it was almost like people aren't used to it. A lot of people nowadays are very socially awkward, and nobody wants to talk to each other. And that's why I'm trying to find people that like to talk to. Because now I'm here talking to my phone. But I'm talking to you guys, obviously. But yeah. Believe it or not, I love heavy metal. A lot. And all that crazy, loud music. And I was mosh pitting for the first time. I got pushed into a mosh pit once, and I got my ankle twisted. My phone had fell in my pocket and got completely shattered, And I was in so much pain after being pushed into a mosh pit. I was terrified of it. And this night, I went into, this band that was playing. And these group of guys were kind of doing a mosh pit. And no women were doing it. And there's a lot of girls that, seemed like they wanted to. But, it was just different. And I had reached over to this girl. And I asked her if she wanted to create a women's one with me. And she was kind of hesitant at first. She left and then she came back and then she asked if we could do it. And, obviously it was a thing we both wanted to try. It's good to do and we're the only women doing it. I feel like it's mostly a male thing. So the next song comes on. I go with this girl into the middle. I hype her up. Her friend was too scared to do it, but that's okay. Sometimes just viewing is enough. It takes time. Confidence isn't overnight. And I had went across to a group of girls and I had asked them if they wanted to mosh pit because they're just jumping and enjoying the music. And they obviously quickly were yeah. And then it was all women starting it and we had the biggest mosh pit. We made the biggest mosh pit. And then after it was done, it went on for 3 songs. And after it was done, we were so happy, we were hyped, and we were we did that. We did that. We created, a fun, peaceful mosh pit just from taking that step and not, sitting in fear. And I feel like I've done that my whole life. I'm a huge overthinker. I always think about what ifs and what happens. But once you get over that fear, it's a big release for you. And not always just for you, but for the people watching you. Because I'm sure there's a bunch of people that were wow, they had the confidence to do that. Jumping around, punching the air like you're some sort of psychopath, that's inspiring. I'm not gonna do that, but I want to. But you can uplift people with the tiniest things, and sometimes it's just viewing. From someone who loves viewing. I've seen people do stuff, and I'm I want to do that, but I'm scared to. And that's okay. I mean, it's not, but it is. It's everything is, made for you to grow from it. You have to be fearful of certain things in order for you to become brave. You need to be weak in order to become strong, and you need to be quiet in order to be loud. So I feel nothing is bad. If you're too quiet, if you're too loud, if you're, weak or if you're strong, I feel everything is such a perfect balance and it creates individuality. Because there's always going to be a community of weak people, or I would like to say soft-hearted. I wouldn't say weak. There's people, I feel being, I guess what society calls us weak is a really good thing, because then those weak people can teach those, stronger people how to be weak at certain times. And then those strong people can teach the weak people how to be strong at certain times. And it creates a balance, because it's not too good to have one or the other all the time. It's good to have all these things, but yeah. I feel weakness is such a strength. For you to be what they considered weak isn't true. And that's why they make all these titles. It's no. And don't go with any of those titles. Just say, that's just me. That's who I am. And that's what you're put on here to do, is to find out who you are. Not who they want you to be or who they look like so you can be like them. Who are you? And who do you want to be? Do you want to be half of the population on this earth without a brain? Or do you want to be you and have a bigger brain than all these other folks? That really hurt me. Wow. But yeah. And be weird. That's the one thing. I've been called weird all my life. Kid you not. And it's to the point now that I find it a compliment. Because weird people are so cool. Like, if you really think of it, all the stuff that I liked that was quote unquote weird as a kid, all the quote unquote popular people are like drooling over it when they used to blame us and like kid and all the other stuff. Like, I don't know. It wasn't cool. And I say a lot. I need to stop that. I think I just need to learn how to edit my videos. But it's cool because, like I said, I want authenticity. I know people will like it. It's a mess, but people like it because some people are as messy as I am. And that's okay. I like it. I almost said again. But I'm trying to think of another thing to kind of say to uplift. Well, I guess being yourself. Learn how to make money from yourself. Like, you're such a creative person, whether you've unlocked it or not, and way too creative for you to be working a 9 to 5, let alone at a business that does not pay you jack. Like, just nothing. Whoa. 5 feet. Like, it's too much, and I've noticed that within myself, and that's why I'm pursuing this. I can't work another 9 to 5. I've had my fair share, and I've noticed how my words, jeez Louise, how I wasn't accepted. I'll say that. I had a lot of tributes. I was very kind. I cared a lot for customers. I cared for them as people. No matter what they came from or what they said to me, I cared. And I feel like actual care is such a big trait in a person. And a lot of people don't care. So that's why I was overlooked. I was, not accepted or not valued for my values. Just because people don't want to care anymore. It's like the whole consumer thing is, I need you to be quick, I need you to do this, I need you to be a robot, and I need you to do this. And it's like, from being a robot, you don't get any good interactions. You don't get any good lessons. You don't get anything good. Because you're just like everybody else. But when I stepped into a place, I was genuine, I was true, I was happy to be there. I cleaned, not just to make sure the area was clean, but I cleaned because I knew if I was a customer somewhere, I'd want that place to be as clean as it is. If I went to go use the public restroom, I would want to know that this toilet seat was being cleaned every single time somebody went in there, and good. Because I don't want people to get sick. I don't want to be sitting down in a dirty bathroom. I'd mop that floor and I'd take my time because I want these customers to have a clean bathroom, to have a clean floor, to have clean drink stations, to have clean cups, clean food, everything clean. But because I wasn't fast enough, and because sometimes when you care it takes a little bit more time, I got in trouble. But people loved me. And everyone at my work will say that I was, the sweetest person ever. If somebody needed it, I was there in 2 seconds. Oh, do you need help with your work? Can I help you? Can I help you restock with anything? I don't want you to be stressed out tonight. I want to help you best I can. I know I'm gonna clock out. Is there anything else I can do for you? Or I could be clocked out and I'd still help somebody with something. Because I don't care. It's not even a job for me. I'm just helping. And luckily I get paid for it. If not, that's fine. I just want to help people. Like, if it's even like starting in YouTube videos, but I want to take it to the next level, but I need your guys' help. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but I know it's happened and I just gotta do it and be consistent. But that's like, I feel the one thing that I'm put on this earth to do is to help others, because that's the one thing I'm really good at, is helping. I'm not always good with my words. I'm sometimes not good with my actions. I feel I'm still learning how to tie it all in to a balance, but I can help. even if it's little. I'm really good at helping. And yeah, I mean, if that's what I'm meant to do, I'm meant to do it, and I'm happy to do it. But like I said, I just need that push. And that's the power that you guys have. Everyone has. A community has so much more power than an individual person. So, you know, you can make somebody famous with a snap of your finger. Just because you like what they do or you like what you hear or something. And you can make you know, you can get them in trouble in a snap of a finger just from taking accountability and getting other people on your team. But it's all up to you. And that's another thing. Don't think you can't do anything. Because I make that mistake a lot, but there's so many things you can do. You just gotta learn. Stop making excuses and just do it. Because I've been making excuses. And now I'm doing it. And that's all I need to be doing. I just need to be consistent. I need to put out the videos. I need to just talk and do it. I'm gonna learn slowly. I'll listen to other people's recommendations, comments, whatever. But I don't want to make it like a thing where it's like, man, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and put the bell on so that way you can hear when I have new videos coming up. Like, no, that's not my choice. You're the viewer. If you like me, you do whatever the hell you want. You don't gotta subscribe to me. You don't gotta like nothing. You can just view it. Like, you know, it's up to you. I can't make you do anything. Nobody can. And I don't even want to ask that of people. I don't want to ask you for anything. Like, I want you to do it. I want you to do what you want to do and then notice what you've done and just how big of an impact that can be. And not even talking about this. Talking about everything. Your whole life. Like, if you just do something, it's all a development. Even if it's not a big development, it's still a development. Like, but yeah. People have so much power in just their hands. And you can do so much. Like, I just made this freaking walking stick. Again, I'm gonna show you because I love it so much. And it's like, you can do so much. And then people tell you, that's the thing. People are always gonna tell you, oh, you can't do this. Oh, you can do this. You could, you couldn't. No, why would you dream of doing something like that? But you'll never know until you do it. And I mean, call me stubborn, but I've done that. And yeah, maybe they were right and I couldn't do something, but at least I did that for myself. And it was fun. And sometimes they told me I couldn't do something and I did it anyway, and it came out good. Because I know my own limits and I'm still learning my limits. But there's literally nothing you can't do, and I've come to that to a point. If you really, really, really want something, you'll do it. And I have some things that I really, really want, but I feel it's not of a need right now, so I don't really want it, but I do. I want it in the future, but that's not the way it works. I think I have to do it now for the later. And it's like, I don't know, it's a whole thing. And then I have to treat this like a 9-to-5, which I'm not complaining, but I don't know. Yeah, you're literally a creator. And that's why, too, school takes away your creativity, because you know what's really threatening? A creative adult. That's really, really threatening. Someone who knows how to think, oh, like, they're gonna start crazy good stuff. We can't have that. Like, that's crazy. These people aren't gonna want to work for us anymore if they're creative. Like, what do you mean? I can't have you do that. Don't be creative. You gotta be dumb. You gotta be, you know, all this other stuff. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying from their point of view, they want dumb people. But Creativity is literally the smartest thing that you can be. And I'll tell you that. I may not be smart in certain aspects, but I sure as hell can be creative. I can be so creative. I can make anything. Like I did this. And creativity doesn't even come in art only. Creativity is within everything in what you do. And I'm sure that I've said this before, but it's in everything that you do. Whether it's cooking, the way you make your bed, the way you do your hair, the way you do your makeup, the way you dress, the way you write, the way you dance, the way you clean. Anything is creativity, and it's individual creativity. And it's such an important tool that they take away from you, that they only let you have during a certain age, but it should be a thing that you have your whole life. But because it's such a powerful thing, they take that away from you. And it's hard to lose it and then try to get it back for some people. There's some people that it's so driven in their veins that it never goes away. But there's some that lose it for a while, and it takes a very long time to get back, but you can get it back. That's the one thing. Again, if you really want it, it'll come back to you. But yeah, creativity is one of the biggest traits and one of the most important, because a lot of people don't know how to be anymore. People don't know how to be a leader. They just want to be a follower, and I feel that's kind of, I don't want to say normal, but like, looking at animals, they always have the leader. We always need somebody to learn from. We need somebody to look up to. And they're not always good. And that's why I want to be here, because I want to be, the good. Even though I'm still learning how to be a leader myself and not, rely so much on other people, but yeah. And I'm not saying for you to rely on me. I feel like people can always just take what they want or what they need from me and then go on about their life. And I guess I think another thing is breathing. It's easy to forget how to breathe and to breathe. I struggle with breathing a lot, like whether it's running or walking, and I'm still learning, but I've learned my own breathing pattern that kind of works to help me. And breathing is really good for whenever you feel anxious or whenever you feel like you're having a panic attack or you're fearful. It almost like releases all of that. And that's what keeps you up, is your air. Without your air, you just drop down. So it's always important to kind of let that flow through you. Even though I'm still learning, but I had an experience before, and it was nighttime, and I was outside in the freezing cold, and I had bitten a tree, and it felt like I was gonna throw up, and I didn't want to throw up. I don't like throwing up. I'm scared of throwing up. It's a lot of pressure. It's uncomfortable and it's painful, and it's like it makes me panic. So instead of throwing up, I kind of just stood bent over like this, and I just went. And I did that. I breathe out until I feel all the air leave me, and I breathe it back in, and I did that for a couple of minutes, and I felt so good, like in real time. And no one's breathing is the same. I feel everyone's breathing is different. Everything works differently, and that's why I don't want people to, quote unquote follow me, is because everyone's so different. I can only tell you so much, and there's some things that you might relate to, and there's some things that you might not. But yeah, breathing is very important for you. And when you find a good breathing pattern that works for you, it's good. coming from somebody that had dealt with a lot of anxiety in the past. I had so much of it. It was terrifying to even go out. I couldn't talk to people, couldn't even look at people. I'd gone through things where, I feel, I don't cry much, but when I do cry, it's almost like uncontrollable, because I hold it back so much and I forget to breathe to the point of like crazy stuff happening. But yeah, breathing is great, and it helps you learn your body, and just observing yourself. Like, if you learn your body, you learn so much, the differences in your body and how it works. It's all great. But yeah, don't be discouraged. Don't feel sad. Don't feel, broken or lost, because you're not. Even if all the stuff in the world seems like it's breaking apart, I've always known to stay positive. Positivity, some people like it and some people can't stand it. A lot of times people find negativity to be more comforting because that's all they know. And it's difficult to come out into the positive and the kindness. But that's where you can play in, and that's where I play in, because I've done it before. I love spreading light to other people, especially those that don't have light themselves. And we become such good friends. And then, sometimes friends don't always stay around forever, and that's totally okay. And sometimes they do. And sometimes it's just the lessons that you give them, and then they walk away and they learn new lessons. But part of them is getting carried with you. And I think that's great. But yeah, you're a teacher for everybody. Everyone's a teacher for you. Everything is great. Everything is light. I always know that something negative always has to come for positive. Something has to be destroyed in order for light to be taken over. Think of it as this. A forest gets burnt down for a new one to come. A building gets burned down to get rid of a sort of bad energy that's around it. A lot of people like to burn stuff to kind of let go of stuff themselves. And it's a really good cleanse, because it all gets recycled in the end, no matter what it is. And I feel that's something that nature teaches you as well. Nature teaches you so much, but everything has a purpose. I just found out that ash is actually really good for the earth. It helps it. And I make a lot of fires, so I didn't know that. I thought it was bad. I would go out and dump the ash and I'd feel so bad because I feel like I'm polluting. But apparently it just takes a while, but it's really good for the earth, so kind of helps. And if you think of it, there's always something that happens. Mother Nature is so smart to the point where she made a whole system of outcomes as well, positive to negative. If somebody dies, their insides are donated to the earth, and that is used as nutrients. Other animals are served as food for the others. The trees are built for air. If something dies, it's all given back down, and the world is borrowed energy. Almost looking at Avatar. Oh my god. These flies are getting on my nose. But look at Avatar. When the avatars die, they put them in the earth, and after they kind of sing and do this whole thing, because it's all borrowed energy. And she even says how energy is given to us for life, and then once that life is over, the energy is then returned back to the motherland. And that's exactly how we are. And Avatar is such a deep movie because it really goes into depth about the world that we live in, of Earth. And people are always saying, oh my gosh, I wish Pandora was real. this is our Pandora. We might not have flying rocks, but we have stuff close to it, and it's still just as beautiful. And another deep thing too, within the latest Avatar movie that I saw is all three of them all have war in them. And the third one is when they were getting really tired of it, to the point that Mother Nature had to come in and kind of give the extra push. I know there's always a half and half of people who tolerate violence, and there's people that condemn it completely. And I feel like everything is good unless it's abused. The way wars have been made and fights have been made is bad, but I feel when you're defending the one thing that keeps us all grounded, it's not necessarily bad. Especially when Mother Nature comes in to kind of cut it off, because I've seen stuff already where she's already kind of taking control, where people have built things for a negative cause or done things for a negative cause, and Mother Nature shows up in her own ways to completely erase that. Because we don't need to repeat anything, we don't need that negativity, these people need to learn. And yeah, not saying that we should have a war, but going back to what I said, some things need to be destroyed in order for them to be renewed. And there's a lot of programming that goes on with humans. It's not always good. Going back to consumption of material stuff, we think that we need billions of dollars, we need the big house, we need multiple cars, we need the Gucci, we need the Prada, all this other stuff, but honestly, you just need cotton clothes and linen. Like, don't wear polyester, don't wear spandex or any of that other stuff. Like, it's so bad for you. And that's why everything that they have made for us has come with a negative cause. Nothing is 100% good for you. Like, even my shoes. Like, dude, they're Uggs. They're Australian Uggs. They're great. I've had them for maybe a year? Maybe a year and a half. And then look. Like, everything is made nowadays for for it to break easily, and then you have to go buy something else. And it's like even with everything, your fireplace, your vacuum, this and this and this and that. Your phone, Jesus Christ, if you don't buy the newest phone, it starts to lag, it doesn't save all your photos, you don't have all the storage that you need, all this stuff, but it's like, it's a constant cycle of spending and consuming and consuming and consuming, because then you never ever stop wasting money. Instead of buying something like they did in the 1900s, these ladies would have these amazing kitchens and vacuums, and if you find one today, it's been good for hundreds and hundreds of years. You know, even before then, like the 1800s and whatnot. And stuff from there too, like even before, there's some things that have lived so long. Like even houses, buildings, all this stuff. And now everything that we have nowadays breaks so easily. And it's like, why? Yeah, it's all meant for you to just use for a minute and then it's broken again. That's why it's almost good to just make your own stuff. Like, to learn how to make your own things and then be creative enough to say, hey, this is gonna last you. People are gonna be at your front doorstep. I mean, if somebody knows how to make shoes that's gonna last me 10 years and I wear them every day, oh my God. And that's another thing. It's better to pay a lot of money for a pair of good, decent shoes that are gonna last you years than to buy something for $10 that's gonna last you a month. But nowadays, you will spend so much vacuums, for example. You'll spend $200 on an electric vacuum with a bunch of adapters. A week in using it, it doesn't even work anymore. It's like, really? And that's with everything. Freaking everything. Like, why? But it's just for money. And that's the thing. It's like, everything that people are doing is all for money when we just need this. Like, why do we need that? And I have no money right now. Like, the money that I have is not even mine. Luckily it's been given to me, but I haven't earned money in a very long time. Like, I literally got like $10 to my name that's mine, that I earned. But I haven't gotten anything over $100. And thankfully, I'm happy that, you know, I have people that have my back for now. But I can't always live like that. I don't even like living like that now, because I don't got my back. And that's my biggest thing. I want to have my own back. But, you know, money is such like a scam. Like, it feels good to have money, because it's like, oh, that's coming in. I can pay all my bills. I can do all this stuff. I can buy whatever I want. But I feel even happier without it, because then I don't feel the urge to buy anything. I don't want to eat out. I try to save money best I can. I feel, you know, good that I'm not stressing over money. I feel like it doesn't do me any good. I just was like, okay, I don't have money, and I'm okay with that. I have a life. I have freedom. I have trees. I don't have one yet, but I'm gonna get a pocket knife, hopefully, depending how expensive it is. Or I can get one for free, I don't know. You know, a lot of things are given to you for free just by blessings, and it's a blessing. But yeah, money used to have a big control over me. I mean, coming from a daughter of a parent that is so obsessed with the thought of money and controlling over it, I feel like I've seen that, and I don't want to be that way. I've seen the way it consumes other people, and there's no fun in it. Honestly, it's just so draining to be a part of that and be so like focused in your whole life about getting money. And that's why people tell you to go to college, they tell you to go get a high school diploma, they tell you to do this stuff for you to get a good 9-to-5 job that you don't even really like, just so you can pay your life. And that's not the way of life. I mean, you expect me to stay in a building 8 hours a week, or no, 40 hours a week, I think, and get paid not even enough, when I could literally be building my own house from like strict nature and just like live off of here and explore the world. These flies are like in my face, dude. But that's crazy. Like, I don't want to do that. That's not what I am. That's not what I'm made for. Like, I'm supposed to be out here. I'm supposed to be enjoying my time. I'm supposed to be with community, with friends, and learning from people. Because this is just the United States. And that's why I don't want to be here. Because this is just the United States. There's tribes in the world that don't even do this. Like, you know, the way of their living is for you to go hunting. Go hunting, bring back some stuff. I don't care. Yeah, they have school, but to teach you basic stuff. The rest of stuff you learn in your world. When are you ever, unless you're like building a house or something, or like I want to be a mathematician, when are you ever gonna learn about geometry or algebra? Or when are you ever gonna use it in your life? I haven't had to use it yet. Like, you know, why don't we pick what we want to learn? Or not even that, don't put pressure on it. Just say, hey, I'm gonna teach you the basics of math, multiplication, division, and addition, subtraction, whatever. I'm gonna teach you the basics of English. I'm gonna teach you history is just bull, first of all. I failed it so many times because I just know it's not of any importance to me. I don't need to learn that. And just whatever the hell else you want. And it's like, learn everything. If you want to learn about history, go for it. But I feel like you just need to learn the basics in school, because you shouldn't have to be working to be an employee, because that's what school is. And it shows that you can complete something, I guess, but I can't always complete what you want me to do because I don't like it. And that's the thing about me, I don't like school, so I'm not gonna do it. Like, I don't know what to tell you, like, I just don't. Like, school has taken so much from me that it's like, I don't even want to do that, dude. Like, what am I gonna learn? Oh my god. What am I gonna learn from that? Ever. And I know basics enough. I know how to talk. I could learn a few more words, but I can do that on my own time. There's so many things you can learn just from YouTube. Like, really, it's crazy. But yeah, I don't want a job. And I don't think anybody should be working that way. And then it's this whole complicated thing about freaking like, I don't even know. Freaking insurance and then bills and then there's this whole other thing that it's like, I don't need to. Like, I don't want to learn about that. Why do I ever need to learn about that? I mean, this whole tax thing, it's like I just turned into an adult and now I gotta pay taxes. It's like, no. Why am I gonna pay taxes to you when I don't got any money? Get out of here. I don't know. But anyway, I don't want a job. I'm gonna say that. I had my fair share of a job. I don't want to be overlooked. I don't want to be seen as little, or I don't want to be seen as not enough when I know I am enough. And I'm tired of other people's opinions of me. Like, oh my gosh, leave me alone. And that's something that I can't get rid of ever because it's just the way of life. Everyone's always gonna think a certain way about me. But I can, like, turn it down a notch instead of, like, being so, like, into it. But yeah, and again, we just gotta spread love. You know, through tough times, people are always looking for the light, and some are trying to look through the light, but they're so surrounded by darkness that they don't know how to. And we need to be understanding of people. Also, I feel like we're so quick to judge that we don't always take the time to try to be understanding and try to help those in need. But we need it now more than ever. We need kindness more than ever. We need art more than ever. We need creativity. We need gentleness. We need strength. And we can all teach each other these things. And I want to close it off with a quote from Jeff Buckley. I know it's over. And I know it's like a copy song, but I love the way Jeff Buckley does it. I think it's like the best version. But he says it takes guts to be gentle and kind. It's so easy to laugh, it's so easy to hate, but it takes strength to be gentle and kind. He says guts and strength. I know, don't. But yeah, you know, it is easy. It's really, really easy to be hateful and angry. It's comfortable and it's easy to just lash out. And it's much, much harder to, you know, be kind to yourself and be kind to others. So we gotta learn that. And I think I want to make my next video on that. Maybe even being self-care for men and women. And that's why my content is for everybody. Like, my content isn't just for women. Even if I talk about them, my content isn't just for men. It's just for humans. And animals, I don't know, show you. I don't know. Show everyone. But yeah. I scrambled up my words, I know, but it's authentic, it's crazy, and it's me. So, I know there's people out there that like it because I've spoken to people the same exact way and they talk back that way. So, I'm not crazy. I'm just a talker. And I'm expressive. And I'm hyper sometimes. Not always. I have my days. I'm on and off. But thank you for this hour and 5 minutes of me talking, and hopefully you learned stuff from it, and maybe you just had some good laughs because I just know I'm funny. But yeah, thank you again. It's nice to see you. It's nice for you to see me. And